Sugar daddy. 911, Venmo me 800. Wah, hurry, 2 seconds later and you're not my sugar daddy anymore. Payment confirmed, $8,000 received. Sugar daddy's the best. Next morning, I discovered, to my horror, that the text I'd meant for dad had gone to my boss. Even worse, he cornered me against the wall. What? Am I not your sugar daddy anymore? Before we go on, smash that subscribe button and tell us in the comments where you're tuning in from. I'm so screwed, so screwed. How come my boss's profile pic is identical to my old man's? Both are that trendy lotus photo. The only difference is the tiny caption, one reads still waters, the other life's a breeze. Who even notices that on a thumbnail size icon? Staring at the payment confirmed message, I tasted every flavor of regret. I thought dad had finally realized I'm his one and only, occasionally leaky, little padded jacket. Turns out he was unexpectedly generous, ask for 800, get 8 grand. Social death. More lethal, I'd just finished trashing the company's overtime culture and the boss's stinginess to a coworker, and the man himself caught me red-handed. Dylan pinned me in the corner. Body heat seeped through thin fabric. Weren't you chatty a minute ago? Cat got your tongue? His cool, low voice drifted from above, my face burned. I. He was too close, my brain blue screened. Want to try? Try what? See if your sugar daddy's actually old. I spotted an opening, ducked under his arm, and bolted. Didn't look back, like a monster was chasing me. Back at my cubicle, heart still racing. How am I supposed to return 8 grand? I'm toast. I sent 800 as gift money, dropped 2 grand on skincare, and finally bought the tablet I'd been eyeing. 8,000, gone without a trace. Hey, Jade, heard you got a bonus. Treat the team to dinner? Just as I'm stressing over cash, someone barrels into the crosshairs. I side-eye him. All he does is squeeze rookies and kiss up. Whenever anyone gets a tiny bonus he demands a feast. Word is some VP is his uncle, so nobody dares complain. Why should my money buy you dinner? Bonus equals celebration, right? When we got ours we treated you. Ha. My bonus is earned, not found on the sidewalk. I don't mind buying coworkers dinner, except you. Every time you freeload you whine it isn't Michelin star. When have you ever treated us? Hell, try prying a single gummy bear out of you and you bark like a chihuahua. His face flamed. I don't have a bonus. When I do, I'll take you all to the Ritz. I snorted. You? Body like a piglet, brain on airplane mode. All you do is talk and steal credit. Cheap, useless, and still expecting a bonus? He stomped off, face crimson. I white-knuckled it to clock out. Spent the whole afternoon terrified of bumping into Dylan, didn't even dare hit the pantry. Company's tiny, you always cross paths. 3, 2, 1. Escape. I'd just grabbed my purse when a hand clamped down. I whipped around. Cheryl looked down at me, willowy brow arched, and tapped my desk. Vance wants you in his office. I wanted to cry. I'd dodged all afternoon, and now this on my way home. I put the purse back and surrendered. I hovered outside Dylan's corner office forever. Couldn't make myself go in. The awkwardness ahead promised 3 bedrooms and a living room carved out by my toes. Coming in or not? How long will you loiter out there? If emotions took shape, the word mortified would be floating over my head in neon. Like a kid caught doodling, I shuffled in, head down. Contrary to my nightmare, he didn't retaliate. Whole conversation was pure work. He barely looked at me, only when asking for input. What does that mean? A casual tease? I'd spiraled through 50 scenarios. Yet he acted like nothing happened. I actually thought he might like me, a tiny bit. Enough to Venmo cash even after realizing the mix-up. Enough to whisper those heart-racing, blush-inducing lines. Jerk. Spreads charm everywhere, leaves no fingerprints. No wonder his assistants are always gorgeous. Humph. Did you follow what I said? Sure, jerk. Dylan. Oops, mouth went rogue. I'd voiced my inner monologue. His eyes darkened, waiting. I meant online jerks. You know, the hot, loaded, 8-pack abs, chef/CEO dreamboat who's perfect except he'll never love you. I nodded solemnly, aiming for sincerity. His scowl melted into a lazy grin. 8-pack abs, have you checked? Dylan's usual suit pants hug an A+, but Fiona and I had already rated it over Slack. Abs, though, unconfirmed. But last summer he'd rolled his sleeves, and those forearms were sculpted. Guy definitely lifts. Question is 8 slabs or 6. Can't blame a girl for daydreaming. While my brain rendered and censored images, Dylan brushed the corner of my mouth with his thumb. My face combusted. What is he doing? Drooling, he said, smiling. Hey, even if I am, you can't just wipe me like a toddler. He tugged a napkin, cleaned his finger. Come on, I'll drive you home. I climbed into his car without hesitation. TSK, boss life, 7-figure ride that would take me multiple lifetimes to afford. His phone rang nonstop the whole drive. Sure enough, the big boss keeps busy. Someone like me? I can go a whole month without a single call. When one does come, it's usually the robo-voice from customer service telling me I'm late on my phone bill. I get it, ma. I'm looking. I swear I'll bring a daughter-in-law home for New Year's. I promise, if I show up empty-handed, I'll let you fix me up with whoever you pick. Got it. I'll be home soon. Even billionaires get mom pressure about marriage? In a mother's eyes, CEO or regular nobody, it's all the same. Don't date in school, but the instant you graduate you'd better marry, and once you marry you'd better pop out kids ASAP. He hung up and shot me a helpless glance. Almost 30. The family chorus is loud. Rich people have this problem too? I blurted the question out loud. If my kid made that kind of money, I'd be off sightseeing every day. Buy whatever I want, fly wherever I feel like, who cares if the kid ever gets married? Parents panic when the number gets big. They had someone picked out, but the woman turned me down. My eyes went round. What kind of blind idiot rejects you? Don't take it hard, boss. You're awesome, you deserve way better. That girl wasn't on your level. What about you? Do your folks chase you? I graduated last year, I'm still a baby. Do I look old? Do I look ready for the marriage police? Crap, no way. He must need glasses. Right. Although George did try to set me up once. So, boyfriend? Why's he asking? Nope. I answered honestly. Want one? What's this, some kind of karaoke humiliation? I'm a wage slave, my love life is none of my CEO's business. Since when do bosses quiz employees on relationship status? Is the company running a matchmaking perk now? Heh, boss, you offering? My requirements are easy, rich and hot, basically, you with a different face. The car lurched to a stop in front of my building. Dylan leaned over, so close as cologne, cool, clean, barely there, brushed my cheek. What are you doing? I swallowed and death gripped the seatbelt. I was going to say, knock knock knock. A deadpan face glared through the window. George. I confess everything. George and Eleanor sat side by side on the couch like stern tribunal judges. Talk. Now. Every detail. George's brows were two fuzzy caterpillars arching in outrage. I shrank, chin to chest. When George blows, it's scary. All my life he's been the smiley dad. Only twice have I seen the storm. First time, I took the neighbor's kid exploring, lost him, lost myself. I didn't know danger or responsibility back then. Second time, I lied, skipped school, told the teacher I had permission, walked 3 hours to the amusement park. I barely cheered at the gate when a cop scooped me up. No matter how I kicked, he wouldn't let go. Then I saw my parents racing over. Mom was already bawling, she crushed me in a sobbing hug. Dad's face was iron. He thanked the officer, hauled me home, the worry finally off his chest. What followed was the legendary mom and dad combo spanking. I'll never forget George's eyes blazing like blowtorches. Who is this man? George's lip twitched when he asked. My boss. Your boss? Since when do you get that cozy with your boss? If I'd been 10 seconds later, you two would have been kissing. He slammed the coffee table so hard the poor thing wobbled. I squeaked. I can explain. He was unbuckling my seatbelt. He wasn't trying to kiss me. Flashback to that mortifying scene still makes me squirm. I thought he was going in for it too, my heart nearly quit. Turns out he was just calmly clicking my belt open. Your other sugar daddy's waiting outside, he said. Me? Seriously, why kill the mood? George refused to believe Dylan was nothing more than my superior. Those two caterpillar brows locked, and I wilted. He's stuck on one theory, Dylan is my boyfriend. If not, why did I turn down the super cute, super rich, super perfect son of his friend? It defies parental logic. His final ultimatum, bring Dylan home. Or meet the friend's son for dinner. I gave Eleanor puppy eyes. She turned her head, pretending she'd gone blind. I whimpered, Mom, don't mom me, address me as queen. Fine, your majesty. I sulked, skipped dinner, and barricaded myself in my room. 20 minutes later Eleanor knocked, balancing a bowl of noodles. Between slurps I griped, rein in your husband. I'm barely legal and he's pimping me out. If you start dating now, 2 or 3 years to engagement, another year to wedding, then a kid, boom, 30. Perfect timing. But marriage isn't about a number. You wait for the right person, or you end up in a dumpster fire divorce. You want me miserable? We'll screen the candidates. If he's trash, we'll veto. We're not throwing you to wolves, these boys come pre-approved. Trust us. I don't want to be 24 and on the market. If love happens, it happens, I'm not ordering it off Amazon. I slurped the last noodle, declaring holy war on arranged marriage. Eleanor rolled her eyes and sighed. It's not impatience, sweetie. Your dad and I have shoveled out gift money IOUs for decades. We need you to start collecting. Some relatives got paid back for sons and grandsons at lightning speed. Others literally took their gifts to the grave. We'll never break even. I had no comeback. George and Eleanor are a May-December couple. He had me at 68. If I wait too long, he won't have the energy to toss a football with his grandkids. If I copy his timeline, he might not live to meet them at all. All for the sake of gift money. So George can taste grandpa life. But I really don't have a boyfriend. And that truth has been gnawing at me for days. There was no way I could focus on work. I sneaked into the bathroom to contemplate life. Sitting on the toilet, I lit a cigarette. Contemplating life. I'm in my 20s, and George is already past 60. He should be at the age where he's a grandpa, enjoying his retirement, surrounded by grandchildren. Instead, I still talk back to him like a kid who never grew up. I've been spoiled since I was little. I don't really remember my grandparents. Apparently, not long after I was born, they both died in an accident. They were on their way to see me when a car crash happened. In the end, they never got to see the child they'd longed for. That became George's lifelong regret. I can't even imagine it. I can't bear it. My heart feels like it's being clenched by an invisible hand, squeezing the most fragile part of me, waiting for the perfect moment to deliver a fatal blow. Absolutely not. Knock knock, lost in my thoughts, 2 crisp knocks made me jump. The cigarette in my hand trembled, and ash fell to the floor. Who's vaping in there? Oh crap, it's Dylan. I'm screwed. Everyone goes through a week-long orientation before starting advanced tech. The employee handbook clearly states, no smoking anywhere on company premises. Of course, plenty of people sneak puffs. But I'm the first one Dylan's ever caught. I held my breath and waited. Time felt frozen. Seconds crawled by. Come out. He said it like he'd camp there until I opened the door. My heart ached. First offense, $500 write-up fee. Second, $1,000. $500, my hard-earned blood money. Summoning the courage of a death row inmate, I opened the door. For the first time, I saw Dylan's face crack. He almost lost control of his expression. Disbelief, doubt, bewilderment. I even spotted a flash of self-questioning. What are you doing in here? Dylan's voice trembled, emotion surging behind it. Can't a girl use the bathroom? What? Bathroom break not allowed? I'd already tossed the cigarette, only a faint smell lingered. I'd just pretend it wasn't me. Dylan's mouth twitched. This is the men's room. His eyes narrowed. You don't have some weird kink, do you? Me? After a beat he said, it's fine. I don't understand, but I respect it. It's okay, I don't mind. He said it to me, but it sounded more like he was convincing himself. No matter how hard I denied or protested, I couldn't stop the boss from docking me 500. Rules are rules, the man's made of iron. It stung. I'd drop 500 on game skins without blinking, but having a capitalist swipe it for nothing? Might as well ask for my life. Where's a noodle? Let me go hang myself. Back home, George didn't joke around with me anymore. He just stared at me with this mournful look. Didn't speak, just looked, yet not quite at me. I didn't dare crack sunflower seeds or binge my shows. I scurried into my room. If stairs had weight, a couple of universes just SL.m'd into me. I basically vanished at home lately. If I was in the house, I stayed invisible, especially out of George's line of sight. Fortunately, he was busy and rarely around. We only met most days at dinner. There's a family rule, no matter how late, no matter what's going on outside, everyone must come home for dinner. Of course, the rule only applies to George. I couldn't meet his eyes. After 2 weeks of torment, I caved. I walked up and told him, fine, I admit it, he's my boyfriend. Instantly, those gloomy eyes bloomed like bright flowers. George decided his little girl had grown up and grown distant. Some things you're too shy to tell dad anymore. Dinner that night was actually relaxed. Cheryl, add 2 more dishes. And bring me a bottle of wine. Ah, haven't had a drink in ages. Eleanor shot him a disapproving glance. George hurried to explain, just this once, I swear, only 1 glass. I'm happy today. Eleanor relented. 1 glass, that's it. Because of his health, the doctor had banned alcohol, at home and out. He poured a full glass and took a tiny sip. Still the same taste, hasn't changed a bit, good stuff. In minutes his face flushed. Not just his face, his eyes turned red too. My girl, my treasure, has a boyfriend. Dad is really happy, so very happy. He said he was thrilled, yet 2 tears rolled down. I froze. I'd never seen George cry. I hugged him. Dad, I'll ditch the boyfriend, just don't cry. I could hear the reluctance in his voice. He'd always spoiled me, given me the best. I swear, the day I get married he'll sob buckets. If anyone ever bullies me, he'll grab a knife and charge. Daddy wiped his cheeks. Nonsense. Dad truly is happy. You found someone to trust with your life. I'm relieved, I can finally relax. When I'm gone, someone will still shield you too from bullying. You and your mom are what I worry about most. Eleanor followed me at 18, endured so much. Back then the company was taking off. I poured myself into work, hardly around. I'm 20 years older, she could have picked someone young and vibrant. I kept thinking, what a sweet girl, I must not let her choose wrong, must not let her suffer. Jade, you must be happy in the future. I don't know if I'll get to keep watching you grow. You and your mom are the treasures I hold in my palm. I really can't bear to leave you. I turned to Margaret, voice shaking. Mom, is something wrong with George's physical report? Margaret paused, tears welling as she covered her face. My heart dropped. She dabbed her eyes and forced a smile. It's nothing, your dad's fine. Tell me the truth, Mom. Really, don't overthink. He's just getting sentimental in his old age. Seeing through her lousy acting, I felt my heart sink to the floor. Next day at the office I sat in a daze. Everything felt like a silent movie. Colleagues' mouths moved, but I heard nothing. Their figures swayed in front of me, again and again. One moment it felt far away, the next it was right on top of me. I was like a lone canoe drifting on the ocean, facing a wall of water ahead. Looking at that sky-high wave, I felt as small as an ant, helpless, powerless. No way to save myself. It was as if a hand had closed around my throat. I couldn't breathe. Then I blacked out. When I came to, I was in unfamiliar surroundings. I opened my eyes to a ceiling that seemed impossibly high. I tried to sit up, but my hand wouldn't move. I turned my head. It was Dylan. He'd fallen asleep beside the bed, holding my hand. I tried to pull free, but even a gentle tug wouldn't loosen his grip. His fingers held mine with perfect pressure. Just as I decided to give up, he woke. Hungry? I'll heat the porridge for you. It's already done. I was afraid you'd wake up starving. Give me 2 minutes. I started to speak. My throat burned, my voice came out raspy, unrecognizable. I couldn't believe that croak belonged to me. Dylan handed me a glass of water. I gulped greedily. The warm water soothed the desert in my throat. Where am I? My place. He took the glass back and studied me. What happened? How could I explain? I'm fine, just a little under the weather. You call in sick if you sneeze twice. You don't wait until you collapse. It wasn't that dramatic. Seeing I wouldn't elaborate, he let it drop. After a quiet minute he left. 10 minutes later he returned with a bowl of pumpkin porridge. The second the scent hit me, my stomach growled. I'd got a full day and night without food. Until then I hadn't even noticed. I scarfed down several spoonfuls, warmth spread outward from my stomach. The chill inside me finally began to retreat. When the bowl was empty I managed, Vance, could I ask a favor? He gave me a look that said volumes. We're not at the office. Use my name, not Vance. Feels weird. Weirder than calling me a blood-sucking capitalist? I let out a dry laugh. What even? La la la, la la la. Full and drowsy, I drifted off again. When I woke I felt human. I stretched luxuriously, then froze as my eyes met another pair of dark ones. Dylan sat in a nearby chair, a book in hand. Wire-rimmed glasses I'd never seen before rested on his nose. He wore soft loungewear. The pale fabric couldn't hide the sculpted body underneath. Long legs, perfect but, cue internal screaming. Vance, will you be my boyfriend? Some traitor in my brain blurted the thought aloud. Come again? I watched his pupils blow wide. Mortifying. Zero filter, zero planning. Brain short-circuited. I opened my mouth to backpedal just as he said, sure. Wait, I only meant for a little while, huh? His instant yes jammed every explanatory sentence in my throat. I shut up. Boyfriend acquired. Tall, gorgeous, loaded boss. Jackpot. Why the creepy grin? He eyed me with pretend disgust. Dylan, you can't call your girlfriend creepy. Your taste is suspect. He pinched my cheek. Stay still. What? Hot breath fanned my face. Too close, his features blurred. All I saw was healthy, sun-kissed skin, invisible pores. And those soft pink lips. Mwah, seriously, did that kiss have to be so loud? My cheeks caught fire. Amusement glinted in his eyes. I bristled. What's so funny? Jerk. He kept smiling, eyes gentle, fond. My insult melted into a whimper. He sealed my lips with his, words turned to muffled moans. The air heated, tongues tangling. When I was about to pass out from oxygen debt, he let me go. His tender gaze could drown a girl. Jade, Jade. He chanted my name again and again. Less than a month in, someone was already eyeing my man. Damn. A new hire who'd walked straight into the executive circle. Rumor said she was Dylan's childhood little sister. I'd lost count of the lunches I'd seen them share, laughing like old friends. Connections are everything, starting lines way ahead of ours. Fiona watched them from afar, voice dripping vinegar. Jade, is there something huge you've forgotten to mention? What? Had she figured out Dylan and me? Impossible, we'd been super careful. Spill, are you actually a long-lost heiress about to inherit millions and sweep me off to a life of leisure? Tell me when you'll be rich enough to keep me in fried drumsticks. Wah. Dream on. Drumsticks can't plug that mouth. Yay, double drumsticks. Dylan and the girl walked past, meeting my eyes for a second. Just a second. Maybe I shouldn't have vetoed his suggestion to go public, now the hurt was mine. I waited in the cold until my fingers were ice. Beep beep, car still rolling, horn already blaring. That sleek silhouette, that pricey plate. Dylan climbed out and strode toward me. Memories of the past days flashed, anger flared. I reached for the passenger door, only for someone to beat me. Jingage, you came for me? Question mark. I stared at Dylan, face blank. Inborn chivalry kept him from snapping, from doing anything a gentleman wow. Eldient. He glanced at me, then at her. Stopping her with an outstretched hand was probably the limit. The girl batted sparkling doe eyes. Jingage, what's wrong? Time for the rightful queen to take the stage. Little girl, the passenger seat isn't for you. That spot belongs to someone in particular. She blinked her big innocent eyes and asked, Dylan, who is this auntie? A relative or something? Auntie? The kid looked cute and doll-like, baby fat hiding her real age. Still, she's already working, must have just graduated college. Her words sounded polite, but her eyes glittered with pure challenge. Heh. I've never wasted manners on outsiders. Dylan, who's the munchkin? Some cousin you're babysitting? I'm 23, okay. I turned to Dylan in mock shock. Legally an adult? He nodded. Then I let my gaze drift over her and land on a certain spot, faking confusion. Adult? Then how come everything still looks so tiny? Poke someone's weakest spot and they snap. You. Oh ho, she lost it. I know I'm not like you, but don't be jealous. I arched my back a little. Other strengths? None. Claim to fame, snow white skin, tiny waist, big chest. Important things bear repeating 3 times. You shameless witch. Don't think sleeping in Dylan's bed gets you into his family. I'm the daughter-in-law his mom already approved. Not just any stray cat qualifies. Shut it, Luna, back seat, now. Whimpering, the girl named Luna crawled into the rear. I rode shotgun and studied her through the mirror. She caught my stare and mouthed something nasty. I ignored her. When we reached Dylan's house, his mom rushed out to greet us. So this is Jade. Lovely, come in, sweet girl. Auntie, I missed you so much. Luna bounced over and slipped her arm through Dylan's mom's. The woman eased away 2 steps. Luna, why are you here? I missed you, so Dylan brought me. Still playing the good kid. Mom's face chilled, today was for the 2 sets of parents to meet, her presence was awkward. Well, you're here, come inside. She took my hand and led me in, shooting Dylan a razor glance. I'd thought Luna was Mom's darling. Turns out, not at all. My parents had arrived early. Dad and Dylan's father looked like old frat brothers with their arms around each other. Baby, let me explain. Dylan hooked me from behind. I didn't invite Luna, she tailed my car, no idea how she found me. He called me baby and my middle-aged face flushed. I'd nagged him into using the pet name. At first he'd blush crimson. Now he murmurs baby in every key, right against my ear, until my knees melt. All velvet and static. Dylan, what are you 2 doing? Buzzkill, ruined the kiss I'd wanted. With Luna aboard, the family dinner turned into a battlefield. I sat on Dylan's right, she on his left. Dylan, I can't reach that, would you spoon me some? His mom spun the lazy Susan to her. Child, were you raised in a barn? Dylan, this shrimp is yummy, I peeled it for you, try. He leaned back from the fork. Pass. You didn't use the serving chopsticks. I copied Luna, lifting a piece of pork. Ah. Dylan opened up and ate. Luna sputtered, she didn't use serving chopsticks either. That's my girlfriend, future wife, completely different rules. Switching tactics, Luna went nostalgic. Auntie, Dylan protected me when we were kids, promised to marry me. You and my mom were best friends forever. She said if I turned out a girl we'd be in-laws. Nowadays some girls chase shortcuts. Familiar is safer, right, Auntie? You've seen the world. Mom slammed the table. Enough. Dylan muttered, crap, she's furious. Today our families meet. I don't know why you came, but 3 things. First, I barely know your mother. Second, I know Jade inside out, and she's the daughter-in-law I choose. Third, please leave. Mother-in-law for the win. Next day Dylan spilled the full tea. Our parents had known each other for ages, the perfect BL. Date, Dad bragged about was Dylan himself. The day George spotted Dylan he'd decided to play matchmaker. Luna's parents and Dylan's are old classmates, but the history is messy. Luna's mom had chased Dylan's father even after the man was taken, almost breaking the couple up. Only after the wedding did she quit and marry in a hurry. Failing to snatch the father, she focused on the son. If she couldn't join the family, her daughter would. She drilled that agenda into Luna since kindergarten. Each time the Van Cess moved, Luna's mom followed, until a secret relocation finally shook her off. Sounds like a soap opera. Dylan lifted a brow. Reality writes the best plots, baby. I rolled on top of him. You'll call me baby forever, got it? Dylan's side story, first time I saw Jade. Most little girls screamed at toads. She played with them. Muddy face, chasing tadpoles in the pond. She said, big bro, close your eyes, I've got a treasure. Her mischief was obvious, bug or toad, I figured. I shut my eyes. Something cool dropped into my palm, a gold ring. Nice. From the hill someone roared, Jade. Get your butt over here. So her name was Jade.